everyone. I want to talk about emotional availability and how important it is to be emotionally available, especially now during this pandemic. I'm going to define emotional availability as being able to name your feelings in the present moment, whatever they are. To name your feelings in the present moment, whatever they are, and to be radically honest about it. Now, there are varying degrees of emotional availability because there are varying degrees of honesty we can have with each other and varying degrees of connection with ourselves to even know what we're feeling. But right now, I invite you, when you talk to other people during this time, that you really check in with yourself about how you're feeling in the present moment. Because when we're not emotionally available, when we're not tuning in to what's happening for us right now, we can start to feel lonely in our conversations. We can start to feel disconnected from other people. And right now, to have that feeling exacerbating what we are already going through really sucks, especially since this is going to be going on for at least until the end of April, and I'm predicting it's going to go on a lot longer than that. We need to be in touch with our authentic experience by being honest with the people that we're talking to about how hard this is for us. And sometimes we can get down on ourselves like, oh, I'm not being grateful enough by talking about how uncomfortable I am or how hard this is for me because I'm not sick, I'm not dying, I'm not broke yet. So we might get hard on ourselves, but I invite you to be really gentle with yourself and share the harder stuff that you're experiencing. Like me, for example, there's been a lot of ups and downs with this pandemic. Some days are really hard. Some days I feel unmotivated. I feel like I lack a sense of purpose. I start to crawl in my skin and the walls seem to come in on me and I don't do anything about it. I don't take good enough care of myself by exercising or going outside. I just bug out and watch the news and get more and more nervous, and it just spirals me into a darker place. And I notice that as I'm sharing this part of myself with you and really showing up, I feel so much more connected to myself than just acting like, someone, who's doing fine and everything's great on my end. Like, no, it's been a real struggle at times. And to name that makes me feel more connected to myself, more connected to you, and I feel less alone. And it's so important that we avoid feeling emotionally isolated right now. And we do that by being emotionally available, by being authentic and identifying what we're feeling right now in this moment. It's a more mindful way of approaching our conversations. So I invite you to show up more fully. And if you're interested in doing more of this, I've been hosting a noon call every weekday called the Social Sanity Call. And it's just been awesome. We've been practicing this authenticity with each other and feeling so super connected and less alone because we're being real. We're practicing being super real with each other, and it's been so refreshing. And there are times where we just don't even want to get off the call after an hour. So if you're interested in getting in on that, send me an emoji in the comments and I'll send you the invite. You can join us on the call and practice being emotionally available. Thanks for listening.